What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about the big rumor of the day regarding The Witcher 3. Now, this would be pretty shocking, but also pretty big, if it ends up happening. And it's a rumor about DLC. Now, I think there's a lot of miscommunication and clickbaity type stuff that already is going on. I checked the Reddit page for gaming leaks and rumors, and there's this discrepancy about expansion versus story DLC, and specifically the individuals say story DLC. I mean, these are words that you can put your own definitions and your own meanings to. Ultimately, this is a Polish podcast that, from what I've been able to gather, has connections. There is no doubting these people maybe were even allowed to say something from CD Projekt Red or whatever. Now, the idea is that Witcher 3 would get story DLC, but not from CD Projekt Red, from a different studio. And the developer is this studio called Fool's Theory, who has some overlap, has some people that used to work on The Witcher 3 that are working there. And they say that the earliest this thing could happen is in the future year, as in next year, 2026. Now, again, I think a lot of people are running with okay, well, DLC is going to come out in 2026. Not a guarantee. And then also there's these comparisons to, obviously, the last couple of DLCs. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to kind of believe that it's going to happen. I don't think these people that are, again, seemingly are very locked in and have their connections, I don't think they're being led astray. And I also think it's cool and it would make sense, right, to connect in some way, using the Witcher 3 game as a vessel, right? Being able to connect 3 and 4 with some sort of very late, post-launch DLC, okay? I don't doubt that. I guess I would doubt, or I would just set my expectations low for, the amount of it, right? It's this is 10 years, and so you're looking at a game that would be 11, maybe even 12 years old by the time we get whatever this DLC is. I can't see, a Blood and Wine, these really, really big... I mean, you think about the DLCs to The Witcher 3 are often looked at as, okay, that's the masterclass, right, of how to do... These are basically games in and of itself, but as expansions, right? And that's, again, that's kind of the messy word, right? What do you consider those? Because aren't expansions DLC, but sometimes they're separate, right? When you say an expansion, I think the general idea, online at least, is that you think bigger. Whereas a DLC, downloadable content, it could mean a mission, one mission, right? 20 minutes. It could mean an expansion. It's tough. So I guess I do understand to a degree, the confusion, but that's where I'm going to set my expectations. They also say story DLC. That's their word, story. So that's not, again, I don't hear that as expansion. I don't think you're going to get, maybe, but I would just kind of doubt you're going to get a 10-hour Witcher 3 expansion, say next year, that gets you ready for 4. That would be very cool. And I mean, is there a world where and back in the day, you could probably make a Witcher 3.5 to get you, a standalone, a 6-hour game. We only have a couple of those, in the last 10 years, a Miles Morales type thing. You could get that, back in the day, but you're not going to get it now. So at least I don't think so. These are all just my own personal opinions. So I'm going to believe it's going to happen. I look forward to it. It's also, by the way, I mean, you think about games and you think about 10, 11, 12 years, after getting DLCs, this is not the norm, so yeah, I could understand why people wouldn't believe it, in general. But for a game that's as big as The Witcher 3 and then to drum up interest for 4, it definitely makes sense. I think it's definitely different. You rarely get any game that can do something like that, right? I mean, that's a long time after a game comes out to then, I mean, there's live service, but we're not really talking about that, right? So pretty bold if that's the case, and this is what's going to happen, but that's the rumor. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.